Here's the second rhythm part for Baby Won't You Please Come Home. I'll play it kind of slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take a closer look at the chords for this second rhythm guitar part for Baby Won't You Please Come Home. The first chord has these three notes in it: G, E, C, which is the fifth, the third, and the root of a C chord. I think of it as being derived from the A shape. The important thing to realize is that when you move from this C chord to the A7, that your middle finger and your pinky stay on the same string. So they just go like that, and then your ring finger goes down. That's a much better way to do it than to lift your hand up and then start all over again. In my case, instead of going directly to the A7, I approach the A7 from above by 1 fret, but that doesn't change the fingering suggestion I just gave you. Baby, won't you please come home? So now we're on an A7 chord, and this one is derived from the E shape. Then I keep this finger in place to go to the D7 chord, 'cause your baby's all alone. I slide this finger down to go to my G7. I have tried in vain. Now, if you really wanted to move from the G7 to the A minor, you could put a G sharp diminished chord in there. So that would be, I have tried in vain. That G sharp diminished chord would look exactly like the D7 chord you just used a minute ago, but the root is here on the 6th string. Okay, then you land on your A minor chord. Just notice that's derived from an E shape, an E minor shape. I have tried in vain, never no more. Same D7 chord we were using before. Call your name. We're on the G7 right now. What I did in my accompaniment is I just stayed here and I went back to C. But this is an opportunity to throw in a little something else if you want to. You notice how in the fingerstyle guitar part the bass line goes. Well, you can do the same thing here. You could go and support it with chords by going. So that's my G7, D7, just like we've been playing. Scooch that up a half step, and then for the last step here, leave this finger back here at the 5th fret, but on the other 2 strings, the 3rd string and the 6th string, go up to the 7th fret. So now I'm at the 7th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret. Really, this is like a D-shaped G chord. You've just gone from this G to this G. Again, that sounds like. Now, if I were all the way up here on a G chord, instead of going back to this C, I might go to a C that's based on the E shape because that's closer by. So that's an option for you. But the way I did it was never no more to call your name. I just stayed down here and went back to the beginning as, you know, this C chord that we started with. Da 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 da. That'll never make us part. D7, scooching up to E7. You can either jump directly from the D7 to the E7 or move it up in half steps if you want to. They both work fine. The next chord is an F. I used this one. It's an F6-9. I'm at the 8th fret, 7th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret. This note on the second string is not really absolutely necessary, but if you don't include it and you lay this finger down, you might end up fretting the second string in this way, and you get this incredibly hip chord that just is not appropriate here. So to keep that from happening, I include this G. That's the 9th of our F chord, and that's fine. Then I take that same finger and I move it to the adjacent string to give me my F sharp diminished. And then I take that same note and I raise it up using my pinky to give me the C. So there's very little movement there. F, F sharp diminished, C. From there, I scooch down through our familiar B flat and A7 chords, D7, G7, C, cycle around again. Baby, won't you please come home?